Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about all my projects that I got.
Here's my 1990 Ford F-250 4x4. It's got a 351 Windsor engine, and I did a manual transmission swap to an NP 435 Granny 4 on the floor. Went ahead and did the 11-inch clutch upgrade and all-new master slave cylinder, custom polyurethane transmission and engine mounts. All of the body mounts, steering, and suspension have been changed to polyurethane bushings as well. Went ahead and put in the 40-20-40 splint bench seats. They're way more comfortable than the factory bench seats, and plus they actually come with cup holders, and that's always nice. The interior is in really good shape. Besides the wood grain, it started to deteriorate through time. This vehicle was maintained by its previous owners very well. You can tell with its only having 77,000 original miles and essentially no rust on the cab or the bed. Now, this vehicle did need a full restoration, so I am doing a cab off restoration, and I'll make sure to show you guys some great videos on how to do it properly. But besides that, this workhorse is ready to get back on the road and get back to work. Up next is my daily driven 170,000 mile Mazda Protege 5. It's got a somewhat stock 2.0 liter engine with a 5-speed manual transmission. This car I absolutely love, and it loves me back by not leaving me stranded on the side of the road. I've done everything from new radiator core support, because when I first got it, it was all beat up and mangled. New fender on the front because of that great Protege rust. And also I've just started to go ahead and redo a lot of the stock things that I just couldn't stand. So a full header back exhaust with MagnaFlow resonator and muffler. Besides the stock cats, it is 100% fabricated by me. A couple other modifications are a Mishimoto aluminum radiator and shroud, port matched 626 intake manifold, engine ram air intake, polyurethane infused motor mount, Cusco lower arm bars for whenever you're getting them skeets around the corner, short throw shifter, Raptor coated rims, and hood. Unlike most Proteges that I see that are absolutely covered in rust, this one was very well taken care of. I got it at 120,000 miles, and as you can see on the rocker panels, there is essentially no rust whatsoever. So my plan is to paint it in the long run. I do plan on doing a full Raptor coat paint job. I think it would look really tough, and on top of that, this is a daily driven car that I use to deliver parts or pick up steel, all sorts of stuff for my job, so it definitely needs to be a tough paint job as well. On the other hand, I would like to build a overland vehicle as well, and I think this would be one of those cool little projects that you wouldn't expect to be an overland vehicle. Now I would have to do a custom 2-inch lift kit on it, but besides that, these things can pull themselves around all day off-road. On top of that, how cool would it be to see a light bar and snorkel sticking out of the top of a Protege 5? As always, just hit me up in the comments. I could just go simple stupid and go with the 2.0 liter turbocharged that came in the MSPs. This is the coolest car I own in my opinion, a 1988 Mazda 323 GTX, and in my opinion it is one of the coolest cars that Mazda ever made, and definitely one of the coolest cars to come from the 80s. Has some RX-7 rims, and that B6T engine is absolutely fantastic to drive around. This is one car that I am extremely excited to start modifying, not only because I don't get to work on them, nor does really anybody get to work on them all that much, so I'm extremely happy to be able to record and share with the community. See, the paint job is absolutely wrecked, and it does need a little bit of body work on the driver's side rear, but besides that, it is absolutely fantastic to drive. I know I sound like a fanboy, but it is one of the funnest cars that I have ever driven, and I haven't even taken it off-road yet, and that is where I hear it is the absolute funnest. The drive lines in this vehicle are notorious for breaking under load, so I do advise trying to upgrade that. Now I hear there is quite a bit of modification that goes into it, but at the same time there is so little information on these that if I do decide, I will post everything that I find out about it. So make sure you stick around and we will definitely get into modifying this vehicle. I already have a couple videos out now showing how to replace the wheel bearings and the CV joint boot. Even when the CV joint boot didn't want to come out, I was able to find a workaround, so make sure you check out that video and subscribe to keep up to date. Now, besides not having to worry about any rust on the vehicle whatsoever, the interior is in flawless condition. I also love all the little gadgets inside this vehicle. They're just so unique for the era, and it's just something that I only saw growing up and that fell off very quickly. The engine in this car is in extremely good condition, and so is the driveline, but as I always say, you never know how strong something is until you break it. But I definitely agree that it is ready to have a restoration done on it or have quite a bit of modification done to it, and I think that this chassis is perfect for it. It essentially has no rust at all. It was originally a Utah car and moved here probably 3-4 years ago, and the gentleman that I bought it from took very good care of it. It also came with a lot of parts, so most of my videos from the very beginning are going to be how to get it back to its original or even better driving. And then after that, we're going to dive into the turbo and doing quite a bit of modification to the engine, and then potentially saving up for me to do a paint job on it or have someone do it for me. I know what you're all thinking, oh no, another hot hatch, but I promise you this isn't the entire channel. This project has actually been going on for quite a bit. It is a 2008 Mazda Speed 3 that I am doing an all-wheel drive conversion on using a CX-7 rear subframe, Mazda Speed 6 rear differential, custom drive shaft, Mazda Speed 6 transmission, and a Mazda Speed 6 transfer case. I do have all the parts and extra. I also do modification on Mazda Speed 6 on the regular, so it is just another day for me. Make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with this build. I am reaching for about 600 horsepower all-wheel drive conversion, and it is going to be one heck of a build. I absolutely can't wait to get some of these aftermarket parts that I have put in and even fabricated, because they're not going to fit. I mean, they're supposed to fit a Mazda Speed front-wheel drive car, not an all-wheel drive car. So time to take several $100 parts and chop them up into pieces to make them fit. I am definitely a 90s baby because I love this 1997 Honda VFR 750. That is V4 Racing. It is a absolutely spectacular bike, handling and performance wise. The only thing I plan on doing to this is upgrading the back tire to a 1998 model. It is 1 inch bigger, and it is just known to make the handling a little bit better. The paint job does need to be fixed on it. The bike was stolen from me at one point, and ever since then I just kind of lost a little bit of inspiration after spending $700 on new locks to put onto it. The braking system in it and everything is in spectacular shape, but again, the bodywork needs to be done to it, and that is no fault of my own. But one thing I want to hear from you guys is, should I stick with the black rims or should I go with the gold rims? My first honorable mention is my wife's 1971 Honda CB450. This is an absolutely spectacular bike and it runs like a top. I just want to bring it to the new era. It still has a point system, so I'd like to upgrade that. I would like to redo the fuse box and upgrade the ignition system at the same time. Then, of course, the seat needs to go. That old banana seat is not flying. And after that, I need to do a mono style rear shock. So whenever you guys are ready, I'm ready to bring this to the next level. Here is my 1977 Fiat Spider 124. Everything that is in it has been fully rebuilt. It has a brand new engine, new suspension, and I'm doing the body work on it right now. All that is really left after this is to get a roll cage on it and get it on the track.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you hit me up in the comments section of which vehicle you want to see built first. See you next time. Welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about all the cars I have, and maybe we're going to finish them. Yeah, do that with a normal truck.